TTV Racing, sponsors of the Formula G show.
A launch off the line, the pressure you can see building from these two as they go through. Let's see it, send them, and we're green! Wow, that is close.
Welcome Gymkhana fans to round 3 of the Formula G series. We're halfway through the season and things are certainly hotting up.
And, you know, the temperatures are over 30 degrees, you know, I'm making mistakes.
I'm trying to just keep myself cool. We're having a bit of overheating issues with the weather. The heat is getting to the cars, getting to the people. There's been a lot of breakdowns.
And speaking of breakdowns...
Just having a bit of a sportsman moment and car sharing with Spencer.
Yeah.
He's had some car issues yesterday. We're both Cestino team drivers, so I thought I'd let him have a go.
Do you find that it's fairly easy just to jump in his car and get around the track?
He's a skinny little fella, so his seat's nice and tight, and for me it's a little bit awkward to fit in, but car's very, very similar.
Back to the weather, and the relentless heat is not helping anyone learn the track.
I've never seen so many red flags.
Kept saying to myself, left, right, left, right, left.
We were out on the bike this morning, making sure that there was absolutely no mistakes on the track this time round.
The perspective sometimes, when you're looking at the map, sometimes it doesn't, things look closer. And then when you're out there, yeah, it does sort of throw you off sometimes.
Oh, I see, it's the map's fault, is it? Well, we'll take this with a pinch of salt then. Side by side on mirror image tracks, our contenders pass over the stop box to the start line, and it's a fast start through the chain link into an abrupt 360 round the cone within the tyre wall. Then fly back down round the first Royce Lip Tyres flag, threading back up again and drifting all the way around the wall. And back down again to the next flag, and this time it's a figure 8 of sorts. Back to the first flag and up to a loop round cone number 1, carefully threading down the middle of the track. One final frantic 360 and the all-important stop box. Once completed, swap sides, do it all again, and the fastest combined time takes the win. So let's get stuck in with the all-wheel drive top 4 battles brought to you by Scooby Clinic Racing. Dimitri qualifies on top, so sits in the final battle spot, waiting to take on the winner out of Bucky and Jordan. With your commentary, it's Nigel Pope.
Just waiting for Bucky to get them 4 white lights lined up. Them front 2 wheels on the line there, and we're ready, we're staging, and we're green! Both cars launch clean into the back section of the first cone round this part of the course. Super tight from both and clean away from the tyre wall. Launching back down the other end of the track now. Taking those tyres right in there, and a big kick out from Jordan. Was that the wrong way, I think, on those tyres just there? Bucky certainly head in the game now as he launches away down the track. Super tight now into this figure of 8 section. Big kick out the back there from Jordan. Oh, he's really lost it there, completely lost momentum. Bucky may have picked that up in his mirror there as he's pulling away back down the track. Jordan's certainly lost all momentum now, and Bucky will certainly take full advantage, stopping in the box clean now. Jordan trickling along there to the box, but he knows that he's made too many mistakes in that run for it to be any good to him. Yes, with a DNF.
Well, things were really not going Jordan's way today. As Bucky crosses the line, another DNF for Jordan, so Jonathan Buck makes it through.
And the final, teammates off the track and certainly battling against each other for bragging rights. And a clean launch, green we go. So fast, that BRZ of Dimitri there, but Bucky is neck and neck with him in the first obstacle. But is that Dimitri gone round the back of the tyre wall there? Oh, incredibly tight round the tyre there, but I think Dimitri's thrown it away early. Just couldn't see from my angle. Bucky's certainly cool as a cucumber, flying down the other end of the track now. Big kick out the back there from the Scooby Clinic Subaru. And back up the other end of the track again. Dimitri knows that he played up there earlier on, so he just sits back, and I think Bucky will well and truly know what's gone on here, but still giving it all the beans into the box now, and a clean stop. So Dimitri knows he's thrown away that first battle, but it's still all to play for, because who knows what's going to happen in the second run now. And both drivers eager to get a launch on the line. Green light, and we go! Let's see if Dimitri can keep his head in the game this time. Certainly does. Tight and tidy round them cones from both drivers. And a launch, we're neck and neck here. Bucky knows he's just got to keep it clean throughout the whole track. Dimitri can only pray for a DNF from Bucky here to pull him through. Super tidy line there out the backside of the tyre walls from both. Dimitri really picking up pace now, but Bucky, all he needs is this clean run now, which he's certainly pushing through. Great driving out the back there. Yes, pulling down. Dimitri certainly first into the barrel there. A clean 360, pulls it round, and first in the box. But Bucky's done enough there. He knows, look at the face on him there.
Congratulations, Bucky. It's clear you're going to go from strength to strength with that car.
I don't know what happened to Dimitri. My spotter got me a Palmer again. Told me that something had happened on his first run. Said go clean, second run, you've got him. Again, over the moon.
Onto the U1 kit car class, brought to you by TTV Racing. And in the first of the final battles, it's Nick Biddle v John Moffat. Over to Nigel Pope to talk us through.
And a launch off the line. Both cars super clean green and right down the end of the track now. Tight from both. So fast, these U1 guys, as they're going round these cones. Look at the pickup on them both. Straight up the other end now, pretty close, but a big kick out the back there. And up to the tyre wall now. Pretty wide line, but they're setting themselves up. Super clean neck and neck. Into the figure of 8. I think John's slightly lacking behind now, but he may grab it back. It looks like he is pulling the pace on the launch. It's that second gear, tiddling whether they're getting there or not. And then the launch back down again. I'd say John is just behind, but he is pulling it back all the time. And in the box, clean runs from both. So into the second run now. Nick with a slight advantage on John, but don't forget, neither of these know that. So it's all to play for, but the green light goes. Super fast. Nick has got some serious power in that on the launch. Great tidy line there from Nick as he's pulling himself back down, but it looks like John's got the edge on him slightly here as we come into the turn round the tyre for the first time. Back up again we go, round the back of the tyres. John's got the time here. You just never know whether they're quite concentrating fully on the track or whether they're having a little look at each other, but neck and neck, surely just into the second turn there. I think John's got the edge on him now, pulling away to that cone. Yeah, he's certainly got some small parts of a second there on him. See how they handle the latter part of the course. They just got to keep it tidy. Great rotation through the barrel. Look, oh, that is close. Looks like John just got over the line first. See how the times totty up.
So with Nick faster on both sides, he's through to the final battle, while John waits to slug it out for P3 on the winner's podium. Now to see who's going to join them and in which race, Andrew Biddle takes on Mark Elder. And he's over to Nigel.
So Andy Biddle and Mark Elder face up. Let's see who will progress into that battle against Nick. Both lined up green for the go now. Mark certainly loves getting to this stage, really takes the pressure quite well. But Andy certainly no stranger to feeling the pace of Mark on the other side of the track. A launch down to the tyres, super tight from Mark there, and Andy certainly pulls away that little bit quicker there. He's got the edge on him just now, and Mark can only chase down the back part of the track into that figure of 8 section. So close to those tyres both get, and never a clip from either. Back down the other end of the track, Mark can certainly see he's got to chase some pace here. A lot to do now in the latter stage, just round the barrel from Andy, and in the box he goes. Mark can only watch as he comes into the box himself.
And with quite a chunk of time to make up, unfortunately for Mark, despite his consistency, it wasn't to be. And in the P3 battle, John would take the win after a couple of hard-fought races. So it's a Biddle v Biddle U1 final coming up after the break.
TTV Racing, sponsors of the Formula G Show. TTV Racing, sponsors of the Formula G Show.
Welcome back to the Formula G Show, where we're at the sharp end of the U1 races, and having worked their way through the final 4, the brothers Biddle face off in the final.
So here we have it, Nick versus Andy in the final, and they're off. Full launch now. It's always a clean and tidy run from Andy there, and Nick has certainly got a good line through there. Both drivers taking a launch up the back. I think Nick has slightly got the edge on him at this point, but Andy certainly knows how to pull some time back at the latter stages of this track. These tight sections now. Into the figure of 8 second win round, and back up the track. Such a fast manoeuvre of the handbrake there from Andy. And quick, tight, super close from the barrel from Nick. Not so much from Andy on that one. A stop in the box, clean from both. So Nick's slightly behind here, but again they don't know quite what the time is as they launch off now for the second heat. Tight round the cone from both drivers. Great driving. Such a fast part of the track there as they launch back in a pivot round, and way back up the track they go. Different styles from both drivers. The brothers, don't forget, taking in turns on this track, and they both do so well getting that car to grip and slip where they need it. Back up the track now. Such a concentration. You can feel the tension from the outside of this car. And clean runs far from both. Just a little pivot round, and in the box we go. And a clean stop in the box from both.
So with a decent lead on both sides of the track, Andrew Biddle takes the win.
That was fantastic. I really very much enjoyed that. It's hot out there, the car's hot, but it's been brilliant.
Over in front wheel drive, brought to you by TTV Racing, Ashley Roberts had a weekend he'd rather forget.
It was horrible, the weekend, problem after problem, but still managed to get out there and come away with second both days, so I'm happy about that.
Is he catching up on you?
He will do. Yes. I can see it coming, yes.
All of which brings us to the rear-wheel drive Final Four, where Philip Staniford returns off the back of his round 2 win, but to repeat his success, he'll first need to get through Mark Young.
So, a wealth of experience here from the both rear-wheel drives. So Phil taking a launch on the very powerful MX-5, so many modifications to that, but Mark Young knows every single inch of that hand-built car that he's got on the other side of the track. Neither will want to let it slip around this stage of the track. Super tight, big launch up. They're pretty neck and neck now. Yeah, they are. I can't pull that round the back of those tyres. Super clean launches, loads of grip. Certainly got the fine between the grip and the slip on both of these. Figure of 8, perfect pivots from both. A wide line as they come out the second of the figure of 8 section, which is a launch there into the cone. So perfect driving from both so far. Such an incredible move there from Mark. Pulls it right in, barely inches away from the barrel. Wow, them brakes work just about. Well played. Small margins here for Mark to catch back up, but again, they don't know, so let's see. And a green, they launch up the track. In fact, Phil seems to have got to the cone first there and held it into the second spin. See how Mark pulls away with the grip? Yeah, he threw that power all the way down to them back tyres. And a launch back up the track now. Tidy from both. Straight around the back wall. And again, same as before, neck and neck to the second side of that wall as they're coming way down the track into the figure of 8 section. This splits the men from the boys now. Super launch from both. Loads of grip on the ground into the cone section. Neck and neck. This is exciting stuff. Neither will know exactly how far they are from each other. They'll be big in the concentration. Mark is so close to that barrel there. Phil just in the box before, I think. Clean stop from both. Great racing.
So Philip, clearly not a one-hit wonder, will battle for the win, while third place is the best Mark can hope for. However, on the other side of the tree, we have 2 of the best in the world. Over to you, Nigel.
And this is a one to watch. Neither driver will want to go out at this stage. Green light, let's see how this first run goes. The Monster Energy driving of Luke Woodham against Adam Elder. Big rivalry between these two. The concentration will be super fast here. It's pretty neck and neck. Looks like Adam slightly got the launch on Luke there though. He has, he's into the tyre wall first to see how they come out. Luke's caught up, just like that. Every single time he gives him an inch, he takes one back. Into the figure of 8 section now. A lot tighter on the second section for Adam, but looks like Luke's got the launch on him. Ever so slightly in front now, Luke. Adam's got a little to catch up on, but let's see this section here into the barrel now. I mean, Luke does this all day long. Super tight to the barrel, but a stop in the box. Clean from both. Adam's slightly up on Luke there. So Adam's slightly in the lead at the moment. Let's see how they handle the pressure in the second run now. Launch into the back of the track. Let's just take it round this cone, guys. Nice and tidy. They do. Second rotation, and we're off back down now. Incredible driving. Always exciting to see these two, especially when they're as neck and neck as they are in this second part of the track. So close to the tyre wall there. It's a different line we've seen at Luke today. He's done very well there. Super slick on that first part of the figure of 8, and Adam's got the edge, I think, here as he launches back down the track. But neck and neck into the cone. So much. Oh, was it a DNF there? What happened? That just shows you that the concentration at this time of the track can throw it all away. As you can see, Luke well and truly knows what he's done there. So if he's given it away, he might as well burn the tyres because he won't need them for the rest of today.
Well, an unprecedented mistake from Luke Woodham there, and the Monster Energy athlete certainly leaving his mark on the Rockingham Motor Speedway. He's out of the running for this round and ultimately settles for third place ahead of Mark Young. And we find ourselves with a rematch of the round 2 final. It's down to Adam and Philip to battle it out, and it's back to Nigel.
Launch off the line. This is it, the grudge match. These two will certainly be feeling the pressure under that foot now. Slick ride through the cone. Now we're dropping back down to the other end of the track. Flick it in for the first rotation as they're coming back up now, and it's neck and neck. So much difference in the style of these cars, the driving of both drivers, the experience levels are different, but look at this, is exciting stuff on the track. Incredible driving from both at this stage, super tight up there. Neck and neck, I still can't call it from here. This is where it's won or lost. And a tight round the barrel from both, a launch into the box. Adam slightly with the edge on Phil there. And we're green. Both clean off the line. Green lights for both. First cone. Feel really tight on that first rotation. Kicking a bit more out on the back for the second, but a clean launch away, plenty of grip getting thrown down. Adam was always tight round that first tyre there to bring himself back up. Phil's got a little catching up to do, but not very much of a margin away. Adam's certainly taking it away in first entry into the figure of 8 section, and so tight into that first tyre there, way out for the second. But looks like Phil's caught him up here. It's pretty neck and neck into that cone now. Around the barrel for the finish. Come on. And a clean stop in the box.
Oh, wow, we had a good battle yesterday. It was clear, it was milliseconds, it's the same battle today. But, that's what I'm here to do, to race with, with Phil here. He's done a great job. I'm out of breath, I'm buzzing, man. I'm buzzing.
Congratulations to Adam. You catch your breath, and we'll see you at Santa Pod next month for round 4.
Can't believe it.
Oh, congratulations, mate. Well done.
TTV Racing, sponsors of the Formula G Show.